accessing funds. So despite her passion, despite her obvious enthusiasm and knowledge in the space that she's working in, she's somewhat unsure about the funding process. Also, her experience with trying to access services was poor. For example, in trying to communicate or correspond with a particular agency, it transpired that her email address and contacts were lost during a series of correspondence, and therefore the application process came to a dead end. So, what's our solution? What's our silver bullet? Well, we have a couple of silver bullets. We have decided to establish the Dublin Startups Fund. What we're suggesting here is a fairly modest-sized fund, capitalised at about, I don't push Craig, 50 million euro or so, and up, ideally. This would be fairly standard by international standards, but in Ireland, certainly a kind of local and regional touch points. 50 million is a lot of money, and it's very unusual to see that kind of figure, that kind of capital figure bounced around outside state agencies like Enterprise Ireland, for example. But this wouldn't be DCC on its own. This would be Dublin City Council in association with blue chip businesses that are based in the city, with alternative sources of funding coming from the likes of the EU, various EU initiatives, for example, the Horizon programme, the European Investment Bank, for example, and also by way of citizens themselves contributing by virtue of whatever crowdsourcing, crowdfunding mechanism that we might contrive. The new funds effectively will develop crucially in alignment with Dublin's economic plan. So, we have to make sure that we're dovetailing with what Dublin City wants and Dublin City's authorities want for the development of the city, economic development of the city. We want to provide funding to startups, in particular to those that are currently underserviced. This is the kind of the grey area that we refer to, the area where artisans, artists, craftspeople, designers aren't necessarily supported. We want to broaden the scope and broaden the spec in terms of the type of funding targets that we can reach out to. We want to take a holistic approach in terms of assessing business models. And what we also want to do is we want to enhance collaboration and partnership potential between public and private bodies in particular. So the fund will be accessible through a new web portal, Support Dublin, the website, and the finance icon on the Support Dublin website. This will be a web tool that will help more people through the start of the funding process. The tool will provide a one-stop shop, one place where startups can easily access funding to the Dublin Startup Fund, in addition to being a gateway to accessing funding from other sources. We based our model loosely on the award-winning gov.uk interface, which has effectively simplified access for citizens to public information in the UK. Local enterprise or office staff will also be available for face-to-face consultation at the NEO offices to walk people through the maze of funding options to focus them in the right direction. Whatever way entrepreneurs access the new model, the experience will be high caliber and consistent. So how's it going to work? Well, the startup fund will be generated by working in partnership with corporate social responsibility contributions and grants from organisations like Diageo, for example, Facebook, Google, banks, and other sources of base funding. We will also try to leverage the brand equity and integrity of Dublin City Council, which will bring strong partners to the table. The crowdfunding partnership idea is crucial as well, so we will hopefully partner with a preferred supplier in the crowdfunding space, which will help moderate the crowdfunding sourcing. Features of the fund: 50 million, as I mentioned, feasibility grants, low interest loans available in tiered increments for businesses depending on what stage of development they're at. Quick funding cycle, 6 months, 6 application periods per month, easy application process, excellent user experience. I didn't hear anything. Mentoring is absolutely crucial. We feel before I wrap it up, mentoring is a crucial ground level support, which the fund will also have to take into consideration. Effectively, unless you've got the knowledge and wherewithal to develop your business and a business plan and understand what it is you're trying to do, then there's no point in trying to access funding because you'll be refused. So effectively, a crucial component of this is widespread, free, high caliber mentoring, allied potentially to feasibility funding, ultimately bringing you as the kind of the initial entrance tier for startup funding. me just run down the benefits really quickly. These are very important benefits. But ultimately, what this will do for Dublin City, and for all of us hopefully, is obviously going to increase the number of startups and the quality of startups, increase employment, inspire entrepreneurship, position Dublin higher up the international startup ranking, global ranking system, be ultimately an economic driver for the country, as we've noted earlier in the week. Urban city is the driver of the national economy. Increased levels of innovation, increase attractive to the city, increased rates for the city council, and ultimately for the citizens, a vibrant city to live in. That's pretty much it.